Now that I'm back from the dead, I'm going to be going over UFC 312 and if it was a good card or if it was a bad card. I mean, overall, I really liked the card. It was definitely better than I expected, but there were still those boring moments within the card. I mean, the first three fights, those were pretty solid fights. The McAuliffe and Jousset fight, I really loved that fight. McAuliffe's kicks and head kicks were beautiful. They were so loud, you can hear that from across the world, man. And then you got Rongzu and Steele. Rongzu showed why he was a vet, and they just went at it, and it was a battle. I don't know how Steele took all those hits to the head, man. I mean, he's a savage. I don't know how he took all of those. So Poirier versus Thick Knees, it was all right. I thought it could have been better, but it was an okay fight, especially with Thickness. Just coming out there, one fight contract, just doing what he could possibly do to try to win that fight. But so Poirier, he overpowered him. Kong Wang versus Brazil, boring fight, horrible fight. Just Bruno Brazil looked horrible. And then Nolan versus Borshev, I didn't really like that fight that much. Nolan couldn't wrestle, and it just wasn't a clean fight to me. Jenkins versus Santos, I really liked that fight. Jenkins cracked him early, and then Santos came back and ended up getting the finish in the third round. I really liked that fight. Matthews versus Prado, I had Matthews winning that fight. I thought it was a lock, but it was just a boring fight. Not the most fun to watch. Crute versus Bellato, I liked that fight in the beginning, in the first round. That scoring was perfect. It was a majority draw, that makes sense. But it wasn't the most exciting fight after the first round. Tafa and Teixeira, man. Teixeira just ran right through him. It was a nice finish, and, man, Teixeira could be a problem, but it's also Tafa, so we'll see. We'll give him one more fight. Zhang versus Suarez. Zhang is a level above Suarez, man. If Suarez can only wrestle, she's not going to be able to become champ. I mean, Zhang was able to just stuff all her stuff and then just be able to be on top of her and strike with her and just literally do whatever she wants. She won with ease. Zhang was the easy underdog there. And then DDP by decision, the most free thing on this card. I mean, it's pretty obvious how that fight was going to go. I was honestly a little scared that he was going to get the finish when he broke his nose. But the DDP fight, also underwhelming. Both of the title fights were pretty underwhelming. So I'm going to give this card a 7 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10.